Imagine if McDonald's only had Happy Meals. Whenever you want just fries and a Coke, you're forced to pay for a hamburger and a toy too. The business would suffer because people don't like being deprived of choice and agency. So why do hotels still operate this way? Every hotel room is unique with different sizes, locations, views, bedding configurations, and payment and cancellation options. Yet, when it comes to booking, the choice is narrowed down to just a handful of room type and rate plan combinations, which is why a different booking model called attribute-based shopping is about to challenge the traditional one. Attribute-based shopping is not a new idea per se. Airlines explored it first. This new business model emerged in 2010, soon after the 2008 recession drove down air travel demand worldwide. To capture additional revenue and attract price-sensitive travelers, airlines started unbundling their products. This means that the base fare was reduced to minimum while other services could be bought separately. Checked-in bags or meals were no longer part of the package, but options for those willing to pay. This revenue model brought immense success to low-cost and full-service carriers. Different customer segments enjoy the model, too, since it allows them to travel for less without spending on stuff they don't need or to pay more to improve their experience. So why can't the same work for hotels? Well, it can, but not immediately, because there's something about hotel pricing that complicates things a bit.
Traditional way to offer lodging is by constructing room types and rate plan.
This is Max Rayner, a partner at travel and hospitality consultancy Hudson Crossing, who will be helping us today to unravel attribute-based shopping.
And so your typical hotel would be digitally built, not as a collection of individual rooms, but as a collection of room types. So we have 20 kings and 2 suites and 50 queen doubles, 100 twins, whatever. Once that is settled, you then start thinking, okay, so now what? How am I going to offer this? And you construct a rate plan.
A rate plan describes specific terms of sale. The same room can have different rate plans depending on guest preference, like cancellation rules, payment options, inclusions such as breakfast or club access, and check-in scenarios. This allocation impacts how guests can find and book rooms. For instance, when a person browses a website and clicks on different filters, the system will retrieve options that best fit the guest's preferences, options with preset room types and rate plans. This method is called attribute-based filtering, and it's fully controlled by a hotel.
What that doesn't do is it doesn't address individual customer preferences, because you may very well be willing to pay more to see the pool because you're there with your kids and you actually want to see the pool. On the other hand, you might be traveling on business and want quiet, and the last thing on earth you want is a room that faces the pool.
So, if the hotel created room types assuming that quiet is not valued, it may lose potential revenue coming from customers who are willing to pay more for unexpected room attributes. A new approach is meant to take this into account. It's called attribute-based shopping. As you might have guessed, attribute-based shopping is an alternative method to define fine-grained collections of attributes that put guests in control of the rooms they book. People will be able to choose exactly what their stay will be like, adding only the features they need and adjusting how much it will cost. And for that to happen, hotels must unbundle their inventory the way airlines have.
So you don't say things like, oh yeah, we have 20 kings. You go room by room and you identify exactly what is on offer in the sort of physical attributes, but also what is on offer potentially in all of the soft attributes that go with it.
Attributes are characteristics of a hotel stay. They can be soft and hard. Soft attributes are not physical, so they're not tied to particular rooms. Things like experiences, ancillaries, parking options, late checkout, and many other aspects of a stay that are currently sold as ingredients in a rate plan that can be tied to a room and guest folio or not. Hard attributes can't be moved or adjusted. They include things like room size, floor, view, decor, and many more that are tied to specific rooms. Each hotel room is unique and has attributes that some people are willing to pay for. For example, the hotel might no longer pitch a suite, but a stay on the 5th floor with 2 connecting rooms, river view, breakfast, and Wi-Fi included.
All our modeling and experience of actual experiments that have been conducted shows that allowing the customers to express their preferences and pay for them actually drives higher satisfaction.
Besides, ABS unbundling will allow hotels to offer products to people who don't stay at a hotel. Meals, pool access, tours, cabanas, or airport transfer are all the things that don't have to be stay dependent and will find their customer delivering more profit to a hotel. Another important component would be the uptick in direct bookings. Since most people prefer to shop at OTAs, hotels have to pay commissions to online travel agencies per each booking. But what if guests saw a real benefit in going to a hotel's own website? What if the experience there was better? ABS offers this advantage to hoteliers.
Now, guests that currently are sort of indifferent, they would now be faced with a new reality, which is, I'm traveling with kids and I want to overlook the pool, and not only that, I want a room that overlooks the pool, and I'm willing to pay anything at all for this, but I can't get it through an online travel agency or I made a search.
If this fine-grained tuning of your stay is exclusive to direct channels, many customers will likely choose that over OTAs, which means lower distribution costs and higher profits for hotels. Say someone is booking a room using the traditional model. They want a room with a river view and a balcony, but don't really care about the bed size. Among all available rooms, they choose the king-size one randomly, and it's removed from availability for that night. Then another guest comes in and they are very specific about a king-size bed, but there's none available because it's been booked by a previous customer. So guest number 2 spends their money at a different hotel. See what happened? The king-size bed as an asset wasn't on the market just because the system assigned specific rooms to guests, not attributes. The attribute-based shopping can fix this problem with dynamic room assignment. With dynamic assignment, the system might tentatively assign the king-size room to the first guest who did not ask or pay for it, but will be able to change it to any other room as soon as another guest asks for the king-size room.
Well, we call it restacking the house, right? So you take everybody that arrived so far, you assign them the rooms that satisfy what they paid for, because you have to fulfill this. But as other people arrive, you keep reshuffling.
This way, you can serve more guests by satisfying the actual requirements of each guest. Of course, such reinvention of the booking experience, both in the background and on the user side, is tricky. Some big hospitality players and vendors announced their commitment to ABS adoption, but the transformation may take some time for several reasons.
There's great interest in the matter, but we're in very early days for several reasons.
The first problem is in today's PMSs. There's a video explaining all things that PMSs do for you to check it out, but in short, they help do reservations and admin tasks. Many property management systems are designed to support room types and rate plans. They are basically unaware of all the attributes required to fulfill the promise of attribute-based shopping. If someone pays for specific services at the time of booking, but your PMS didn't register that, how would you be certain you could provide them at arrival? So, there either must be a dynamic assignment module on top of a PMS that will control and reshuffle the rooms, or the current PMS must be changed to be aware of all attributes. The second challenge is with central reservation systems, which control distribution in hotels. One of its main components is a booking engine. software integrated with a hotel's website allowing guests to book, pay for, and manage their stays. The ABS way of booking will have a different look and feel from the way it works today, and we need to think clearly about what that look and feel should be. For example, it might feel too overwhelming to see dozens of attributes and decide which ones you need and which you don't.
What happens when people are offered too many choices? They actually buy less.
Psychologist Barry Schwartz described circumstances that he called a paradox of choice. The idea that having too many options is not always good and can actually lead to anxiety and dissatisfaction. Other platforms that offer almost infinite options resolve choice paralysis by using smart recommendations to help people find what they want based on the data they have. This might be something the new generation of CRS should be able to do too. The other problem concerns revenue management technology. Today's revenue management algorithms help selling rooms at the highest possible price. For ABS to work optimally, they need to be taken to the level of attributes, creating pricing strategies for each separate attribute. A lot of steps are required to achieve full ABS, but experts in the industry are optimistic.
So we see plenty of evidence that at the sort of technical product level, companies are beginning to create the data models that would support the high resolution description that then can allow you to sell in whatever way you choose to sell.
But that doesn't mean that you must sit and wait for technology to arrive. There's something you can do right now. For example, you can analyze what attributes some of your guest categories enjoy the most and expose options for them to purchase. The room with connecting rooms and pool view for families and kids. The room for light sleepers that is far from the elevator and has windows overlooking a quiet courtyard, etc. Compiling these bundles of attributes doesn't require changes to PMS or CRS, but can help you utilize the assets that you never monetized before. That's what Max recommends any hotel do before they even consider the ABS strategy for their property.
The key step is to go conduct a complete inventory of everything you have, to go room by room and reconsider the experience at your property in as much detail as you possibly can. Just doing the complete inventory and asking themselves, okay, but what are people asking for, and what else could we sell, and what do we have that we're not selling, and so on.
This analysis of your assets alone, the knowledge of what you can offer, will allow you to create better offers, start earning more, and increase satisfaction without waiting for ABS technology to appear.